This is Group G's presentation on cellular networking. A cell phone is basically a powerful radio that communicates on a full duplex frequency with cell phone towers. This means that it has a specific frequency for sending signals to the cell site, and it also has a separate frequency for receiving signals, so it can do both at the same time. There are around 832 frequencies used in a typical city for cell phones. The city would be divided up into a hexagonal grid system conventionally, but it can also have square grids and other irregularly shaped grids. Each area of the grid has its own cell tower. Towers that are not adjacent to each other are able to operate on the same frequencies because they're too apart for interfering with one another's signals. Cell phones typically operate in the 800 to 900 megahertz frequency range. Depending on what the intended use for the cell tower is, for the geographic location, it can be lower or higher frequencies. Higher frequencies tend to be used in urban areas because they have more penetration power and can get through buildings better, and they have a larger capacity for the network. Whereas lower frequencies are used more in the countryside because they have a greater range of coverage. For a topology, a large city will typically have hundreds of towers. They're the source of various different frequencies, which are broken up into the aforementioned cells. Each of these has a base station, which consists of a tower and a small building containing the radio equipment. Digital cell phones will convert your voice into binary information and enable web browsing. And the coverage for each station in the cell, they'll overlap so that when transitioning from one coverage area to the next, it'll be smooth and connection won't be lost at all. The number of devices on a particular network there are, then the smaller the coverage area. Connect the cell phone to a public telephone network. The cell phone communicates with a base station, which sends and receives cell phone calls to other networks and gets it hooked up to the landline. So it'll patch it through to the PSTN. For a cell phone to connect to a wide area network, a radio transmitter is used to send and receive the packets. The packet switching is where devices transport the packets using cell phone transitively connects to a WAN by first connecting to a LAN that using its wireless antenna. It uses the radio transmitter to send and receive packets by using frame relay protocols. The packet switching is where the device transports the packets using a straight link across the carrier internetwork. And a different method for cell phones connecting to WANs is cell relay. Cell relay differs from packet switching in that it uses fixed length cells instead of variable length packets. Cell relay uses ATM protocols